FIA President Mohammed Sulayem is proposing changes to the FIA statutes that would give him more control in the governing body. The BBC reports that the changes proposed by Sulayem, including giving him the possibility to bar any candidates from running against him, among several other similar changes. Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to the GPFans Global channel. We put out a video yesterday with more relevant FIA related news, so check that out if you haven't already. But more importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. That's the best way to stay up to date with all the latest news in the world of F1. The BBC gained access to what changes Sulayem is going to propose for the FIA statutes at next month's General Assembly. These changes will be voted on, and here is what they are according to the BBC's report. Quote, "These proposed changes bring forward the deadline for candidates for December's presidential election, give Sulayem the possibility to bar any candidate from running against him, and allow him more control over the membership of the FIA Senate." So it could be argued Sulayem is making it harder for other candidates to present themselves and run for president with elections coming up this December. However, there is more in the BBC report, as another proposed change seems to be aimed at one person in particular. Quote, "There must not be anything in the record of the candidates standing for the election as members of the presidential list that calls into question their professional integrity." End quote. This seems to be pretty clearly aimed at Carlos Sainz Sr., who is seriously considering running for the FIA presidency, as we reported on previously. Of course, Sainz has a son who is an active Formula 1 driver, which could be seen as a conflict of interest. What do you make of all this? Leave your thoughts down below in the comments. According to Automotor und Sport, Max Verstappen will return to the Nurburg Ring in September to acquire his special license to compete at the legendary circuit. Many of you will have seen that Verstappen was at the ring last weekend testing in a Ferrari GT3 car under a different name. Well, this was clearly not a one-off then. Even if you're the four-time reigning F1 champion, you need a special license to be able to take part in competitions on the Nurburg Ring, as the circuit is so unique and dangerous that every person needs to be specially trained for it. Automotor und Sport say Verstappen will do this on September 13th and 14th, so between the Italian and Azerbaijan Grand Prix. In Verstappen's test run this weekend, where he drove under a pseudonym, Franz Hermann, so he wouldn't be recognized, no official timing was recorded, but by all accounts, he broke the GT3 lap record by several seconds. And finally, Adrien Newui has given his first interview since starting at Aston Martin back in March. While complimenting the team's facilities, saying they're the best in all of F1, Newui underlines that it's the people and the mentality that's far more important if Aston ever want to challenge for titles. Newui left Red Bull ahead of last year's Miami Grand Prix and was announced by Aston Martin a few months later after many rumors. Now he started life at the Silverstone factory, looking to make good on the massive potential the team has. Newui himself recognizes that there is a lot of talent at the team and the facilities are world class, but it's a winning mentality that has to be instilled, as was the case at Red Bull, his previous team, where he won 8 drivers' championships and 6 constructors' titles. Quote, "Lawrence's vision has created a great facility, the best facility in F1, but it is important that we now optimize how we use it. Again, this is a people sport. My previous team, Red Bull, had one of the worst wind tunnels in F1 and operates out of an unremarkable series of buildings on an industrial estate, but it managed to get everyone working together and developed a great group of people. We have many talented people, also a few areas that need strengthening with greater numbers, and we need to get everyone working together better, using these tools and developing our abilities." Well, that's me for this week. Enjoy the race this weekend, everyone, and I'll be back on Monday to pick through the rubble with you. Thanks for watching, and peace.